Have you ever wondered how a woman managed to rule one of the greatest empires in the ancient world nearly 2,000 years ago? Our story begins with the birth of Cleopatra in 69 BC. Born into the Ptolemaic dynasty, Cleopatra was far from an ordinary royal. From an early age, she exhibited a keen intelligence that was nurtured to its full potential. She was a polyglot, mastering various languages, a skill she would later use to her advantage in political and diplomatic situations. Her upbringing was steeped in power plays and political intrigue, preparing her for the daunting task of ruling the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt. Cleopatra was not just a queen, she was a scholar, a diplomat, a naval commander, and a linguist. Her reign was characterized by her shrewd political maneuvers and her ability to captivate powerful men. Cleopatra was not just a monarch, she was a force to be reckoned with. At the tender age of 18, Cleopatra ascended to the throne of Egypt. It was a time of great instability when Cleopatra, still in her teens, inherited the mantle of power. Following the death of her father, Ptolemy IV, she was thrust into the throes of rulership. The kingdom she inherited was fraught with political turmoil, and she found herself at the center of a storm. Yet, she was not to be underestimated. Cleopatra was a woman of exceptional intelligence, known for her wit, charm, and political acumen. She was the first in her dynasty to speak the language of the Egyptian people, which helped her connect with them on a deeper level. But her reign was not without its challenges. In the early years of her rule, Cleopatra faced opposition from her brother, Ptolemy III, who desired the throne for himself. It was a bitter struggle for power that ended in a civil war. In the midst of this chaos, Cleopatra saw an opportunity. She formed a strategic alliance with the most powerful man in Rome, Julius Caesar. Cleopatra knew that aligning herself with Caesar would not only strengthen her position in Egypt, but would also give her leverage in the wider Roman world. The alliance was more than just political. Cleopatra and Caesar were romantically involved, and this relationship bore fruit in the form of a son, Caesarion. This was a significant development as it further solidified Cleopatra's power, giving her a direct link to Rome through her son. Cleopatra's marriage to Caesar was a masterstroke of political strategy. It marked a turning point in her reign, transforming her from a young, inexperienced ruler into a formidable queen. Under her rule, Egypt enjoyed a period of stability and prosperity. Cleopatra's reign had just begun, and she had already left an indelible mark on history. This was a woman who rose to power in a time of great uncertainty, navigated through political turmoil, and built alliances that would shape the course of history. Cleopatra's ascension to power was not just a testament to her intelligence and strategic prowess, but also an affirmation of her indomitable spirit. Cleopatra's reign was marked by political alliances, military strategies, and an undeniable charisma. Cleopatra, the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, held the reins of power with a delicate balance of political acumen, strategic alliances, and a charm that was hard to resist. Her reign, though marked by turbulence and trials, was a testament to her intelligence and resilience. One of the defining aspects of Cleopatra's reign was her relationship with Mark Antony, a Roman triumvir. This alliance was more than just a romantic entanglement, it was a sophisticated political strategy. Antony, smitten by Cleopatra's intelligence and allure, became a staunch ally. Together they formed a formidable force against their political enemies. In the year 34 BC, the power couple hosted a grand ceremony known as the Donations of Alexandria. This event was a bold political move where Antony transferred significant territories to Cleopatra and their children, challenging the authority of the Roman Senate. This audacious act, however, did not sit well with the Romans, particularly with Antony's rival Octavian. This rivalry eventually led to a full-blown war between Rome and Egypt. Cleopatra played a crucial role in this conflict, not just as a queen, but also as a military strategist. Despite the odds stacked against them, Cleopatra and Antony put up a valiant fight in the Battle of Actium. However, the superior forces of Octavian proved too much for the Egyptian fleet. Cleopatra's reign was not just about political maneuvering and war, she was a queen who cared for her people and undertook significant administrative reforms. She was a fluent linguist, well-versed in multiple languages, and this linguistic ability helped her connect with various ethnic groups in her kingdom. Unlike her predecessors, she embraced Egyptian culture, even adopting the traditional Egyptian attire, further endearing herself to her subjects. Her reign was also marked by economic prosperity. She implemented policies that boosted agriculture, trade, and commerce, making Egypt a wealthy nation. Cleopatra was also a patron of arts and sciences, promoting education and intellectual pursuits in her realm. However, Cleopatra's reign was not without its challenges. She faced internal dissent, political instability, and threats from Rome. Yet, she navigated these challenges with determination and a keen understanding of the dynamics of power. She was a woman who knew how to play her cards, a queen who would stop at nothing to protect her throne and her people. Cleopatra was a woman of power and influence, but her reign was not without its challenges. Despite these trials, she left an indelible mark on history, a legacy of a queen who defied the odds, a woman who dared to rule in a man's world. Her reign may have ended, but her story continues to inspire, reminding us of the strength and resilience of this extraordinary queen. The death of Cleopatra remains one of history's greatest mysteries. It was the year 30 BC when one of the most powerful and influential leaders of ancient times breathed her last, leaving behind a trail of questions and theories. The most widely accepted narrative is that Cleopatra chose to end her own life, stung by an asp, a symbol of divine royalty. This theory is steeped in dramatic flair, with the Egyptian queen choosing a death befitting her status, rather than face the humiliation of being paraded through Rome as a prisoner of war. However, like many tales from antiquity, it's hard to separate fact from fiction. Another school of thought suggests that Cleopatra might have been poisoned. Cleopatra was known for her knowledge of toxicology, often experimenting with poisons on prisoners. Could it be that she used this knowledge to control her own fate, choosing a swift and certain death over the uncertainty of a snake bite? Some even posit that Cleopatra was murdered. Rome had a lot to gain from her death. With Cleopatra out of the way, Rome would have uncontested control over Egypt. Could it be that the hands that ended Cleopatra's life were not her own, but those of a Roman assassin? The truth, however, remains buried in the sands of time. Despite numerous investigations, archaeological explorations, and historical analyses, the circumstances surrounding Cleopatra's death continue to elude us. Each theory holds its own merit, yet none provide a definitive answer. What we do know is that Cleopatra's death marked the end of the Ptolemaic kingdom and the beginning of Roman Egypt. Her death was not just the demise of a queen, but the end of an era. Though Cleopatra's death continues to be a subject of debate, her life and reign are a testament to her strength and leadership. This enigmatic queen, whose life was as captivating as her death, continues to intrigue and inspire, her legacy enduring through the millennia. Cleopatra's reign came to an end, but her legacy lived on. In the annals of history, Cleopatra's name resonates with power, beauty, and intelligence. Her impact on history is profound. She was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt, marking the end of an era. But her influence extended far beyond the borders of her kingdom. Cleopatra was not just a queen, she was a scholar, a naval commander, a linguist, and a religious leader. She was a woman who dared to rule in a man's world, and she did it with skill and finesse. Her reign is a testament to her abilities, her wisdom, and her indomitable spirit. Her portrayal in art and literature is equally compelling. From Shakespeare's captivating play Antony and Cleopatra, to the iconic Hollywood portrayal by Elizabeth Taylor, Cleopatra has been immortalized as a symbol of power and seduction. In every depiction, whether in ancient Roman sculptures or modern films, she is shown as a woman of immense beauty, charisma, and strength. Her story continues to inspire and captivate, serving as a source of fascination and intrigue. Cleopatra's enduring legacy is one of the most powerful women in history. It is a legacy that defies the traditional narrative of female powerlessness in antiquity. She was a woman who held her own in a world dominated by men. Her story serves as a beacon of female empowerment, reminding us of what women are capable of achieving. Her legacy also lives on in the continued fascination with her life and reign. Even today, scholars and enthusiasts alike delve into the intricacies of her rule, her relationships, and her strategies. Her life is a rich tapestry of intrigue, power, and romance, and it continues to captivate the imagination of many. In conclusion, Cleopatra's reign may have ended, but her influence is timeless. She remains one of the most iconic figures in history, a woman whose life and reign continue to fascinate and inspire. Cleopatra, a woman of intelligence and charisma, continues to captivate us nearly 2 millennia after her death.